So let's talk about what we think is going to happen on Tuesday. This is the last show before
What do
the
you
election.
think is going to happen?
Well, I think the die is cast. I think it's going to be Hillary Clinton. I think she'll win with around 300 electoral votes, maybe 310. And after the election, she will immediately embrace right-wing policies, and she will say, "Well, I'm a grown-up. I'm going to work with the Republicans.
We're going to privatize Social Security.
We're going to do all the things that we feared that a Republican would do, but she'll actually get it done."
I'm reading this book called Listen Liberal by Thomas Frank. I'm almost done. And in it, he's the guy who wrote that book, What's the Matter with Kansas? Mm-hmm. And in it, he says, he makes the case, and I, of course, agree with him, that Bill Clinton was not the lesser of two evils, that Bill Clinton was the greater evil. What? Jimmy, what are you talking about? Well, let's look what happened. It was George Herbert Walker Bush running against Bill Clinton in '92. Now, if George Herbert Walker couldn't get NAFTA passed because he was a Republican and the Democrats were united against him, so he couldn't pass it. Who could? Bill Clinton, the new Democrat who got in bed with Wall Street and corporate America. And he split the natural opposition to NAFTA and he got it passed. He also gutted welfare, which Reagan could only dream about doing. He also deregulated the telecommunications industry, which is why we have 6 companies that bring us all our news, which is why people don't know anything anymore. And that was another dream of Reagan's he couldn't do. He deregulated Wall Street, another right-wing dream. He had a secret deal with Newt Gingrich to privatize Social Security, I found out reading this book.
That's right.
He had a secret deal to privatize Social Security in the 90s. They couldn't pull it off because of Monica Lewinsky happened, who is a hero, by the way. She saved Social Security. So he was a greater evil. He did things that Republicans couldn't do. Same thing with Hillary. Hillary's gonna get horrible things done that Donald Trump would never be allowed to get done. Like privatize Social Security, our retirement, making mandatory retirement savings go to Wall Street. The people who crashed our fucking economy with inside 10 years after we let them deregulate it. Let me just say this. So what I think is going to happen, Hillary Clinton's going to win. She's going to have an overwhelming mandate, which means she's going to go further right, which means things are going to be worse in 2 years. And remember, every time the Democratic Party moves to the right, the Republicans move further right. That's why the Republicans are batshit crazy, because the space they used to occupy is now being occupied by Democrats. Right now, the president's pushing the TPP. Hillary Clinton wants more war. She's not saying a goddamn thing about the pipeline. She wants more deregulation of Wall Street. That's why she picked Tim Kaine. It's unbelievable. That's what's going to happen. And in 2 years, they're going to get wiped out, all the Democrats, if they take over the Senate this year, which they say they might. If they do, they're going to get wiped out in 2 years. Believe me, it's a wipeout. Hillary Clinton is the death of the left. She's already split the left. She's got those journalists who call themselves journalists who aren't, who are now doing propaganda for Hillary Clinton. You know who they are. They're the people over, anyway, I'm not going to name names, but you know who they are. So that's what's going to happen. Hillary Clinton will win, and she'll have a mandate, and that's a horrible thing because she'll feel no need to ever go left. Right now, she doesn't give a shit about the left. So I say vote third party, no matter what, no matter where you are. I don't care if you're in a swing state. We got to get rid of this one-party duopoly. That's the one party, which is corporate duopoly, which is one party, really, which is the money party. Ralph Nader had it right. Bernie Sanders had it right. Chris Hedges has it right. Robert Scheer has it right. You know who has it wrong? The people who crashed our economy and started a war 15 years ago in Iraq. That's who has it wrong. Who has it right are the progressives, once again. So what's going to happen is Hillary Clinton will win. She'll have a mandate because all those fucking scaredy cats screamed at everybody to vote for her. Oh, because we're going to have Trump. So, and things are going to get really bad. Half the country's already poor in poverty. What do you think's going to happen, Steve, after she gets elected, I mean?
Well, I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
I'm scared it's going to be much worse. And in 4 years, that one of the two things will happen. That all the right-wing policies that she's foisted upon us somehow will rationalize it as being okay because she did it. And
right.
She's a Democrat. She cares about, she worked for the Children's Defense Fund. Or there'll be a massive backlash and we'll have a scarier version of Trump.
We're going to get a scarier version of Trump. Great idea.
Winning in 4 years, and we're going to say, remember the good old days when we had Trump and Palin.
Remember the good old days when we just John
Herman
McCain?
Cain and John McCain. Those are the good old days. That's what we're gonna say.
Remember when we just had to worry about Ted Cruz? Remember
Right.
those days? Because WikiLeaks has revealed that this is what Hillary Clinton and DNC and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, this is what they wanted. They wanted Trump to be their opponent.
They did.
And what Chris Hedges says is that in 4 years, they're going to do the same shit. They're going to elevate a guy like Trump, except that guy isn't going to be as big a jackass as Trump. He's not going to be as crazy on the outside, and they're going to elevate him, and he's going to fucking crush them.
Look, Trump would have won.
If he
This
would've just
time,
shut up.
If he had just
Shut
not
up.
said a couple of things, you know?
All he had to do was shut up, and he was going to win.
If he didn't fight with the Khan family, that was just so bizarre.
That was so
Okay,
stupid.
Yeah. Especially when Hillary was getting hammered for the email scandal. He took her out of the spotlight by talking about the Khan family nonstop. You know, if he would stop talking about women and how he wants to sexually abuse them, like just stop already. You know, I mean, he could have won. Right?
All he had to do was talk about the TPP and NAFTA, and he would have won. That's all he had to do was talk about that and
I
talk
think
about her Wall Street speeches. All he had to do was do what Bernie did, and he would have won.
He would have won. So I think you're right. I think the next guy will be a smart version of Trump, and this will be terrifying.
And all the people voting for Hillary this time are in for a big, big surprise.